All right, guys, the next flip tip I have for you today on how to attract and keep the best private lenders in this business deals with the unique combination of being both likable, but then at the same time showing that you're trustworthy enough to be able to go to battle on behalf of your lender. And there's a reason for that. It's because every time we start a new relationship with a private lender, it usually starts off as a transactional relationship where they're looking at the deal, the dollars and cents, the numbers in order to minimize risk, and you're looking at the deal. We as the borrowers are looking at the deal in a way that if we get this lender to buy in, then there's a lot of money to be made. And so what I like to do is shift that balance from just being purely transactional a little bit toward the side of being emotional at the same time, because what that does is it takes pressure off of our backs, and that in turn allows us to do some of our best work while having a little bit of room to breathe, right? We want a little bit of freedom, a little bit of wiggle room to not just have pressure on us the whole time. That's often where we all as humans do our best work. We're as creative as we can be and we're thinking clearly. So the first thing is being likable. The reason it's important to be likable is because people want to do business with folks that they like. So I like to be genuinely interested in the lender, not just pretend I'm interested, but I want to be genuinely interested in these people that are thinking about making a decision on letting me borrow money because I have a decent project that I can put under contract as a flip. And so the first thing that I do, I'm always asking and I'm always listening during that conversation. I'm taking detailed notes, not only about what they're looking for as far as criteria from a business sense, but I'm listening to those little things like anniversaries, kids' names, sports teams they like, just little things that get them to tick. And I'm always writing notes. And what I like to do is put those things in my calendar, like if it's a date every year, like a birthday or their kids' names, I put it in my calendar to give myself a reminder every year that, hey, this birthday's coming up. I like to send little gifts or send little notes, just showing that I care, and those are things that I think about outside of the transactional aspect of the business. And so once I show that I appreciate those things, the little things that have to do with their personality and not just their pocketbook, I also like to share those little personal things about me. What my interests are, what sports teams I like, what's going on with my wife and my kids and my family, and what I like to do in my free time, vacations and so forth, because I want to give them a chance to show reciprocity and show them stuff that they can appreciate about me. And once you start revealing things like that to each other, you're essentially courting each other, but in a business sense. And that makes things a lot easier. It shows that there's a person behind those numbers, and they enjoy doing business with people that they like. I mean, it's the same with anyone. You're going to get a little bit more wiggle room, a little bit more flexibility if someone likes you, and you're going to give a little bit more flexibility if you like someone else. So it's always important, especially up front in a relationship, to show that personal side and show that you're likable and that you like them and you're genuinely interested in knowing more about them as a person. But at the same time, it can't be strictly emotional. You also have to show that you're willing to go to war for their war chest, for their pocketbook, for their hard-earned money. So what I like to do on that side, I also show that I have a plan and I'm willing to take action. I understand that in this situation, I have the courage to make decisions. I'm okay with being the CEO and having that weight on my shoulders to make decisions. And if there's something that needs to change as far as our plan's concerned, I'm willing to make that decision. There's a Marine that I know, and he told me something real interesting that's always stuck with me. He said that a Marine thing that they say is a good plan today is better than a great plan tomorrow. And that to me means it's more important to be able to make a decision now and carry it through than to wait for a decision that's better that comes to mind a little bit further down the road. Hesitation will get you killed when it comes to flipping houses. You need to be willing to make a decision and move forward without leaving any doubt in the background. And so you want them to believe that you believe. So it's important to show that you're prepared, you do know your numbers, and you are willing to be able to make decisions if they come about. And just convey that when you're talking to them. Say, I understand that things come up, and I'm willing to make the decision to switch course. I understand that and appreciate that responsibility that I have, and I don't take it lightly. So respect that pressure on the business side. Respect the fact that you're going to war on behalf of your lender, but at the same time, show that you care about them as a person outside of that pocketbook, and that's the ultimate combination to keep people for the long term, to be able to put less pressure on yourself when you're doing your flips or any real estate deal or any business deal that you're talking about when people are bringing money to the table. And at the end of the day, it's a lot more fun and a lot more exciting to be able to be profitable while at the same time enjoying the people that you're working with. It's very fulfilling. So there's your tip for the day. We'll talk to you next time.